Yeah, buddy. Headed to the house. I then quit my job and got hired back and told everybody how it is. Made everybody mad. Big fuss everywhere. Got this rental car. It's pretty cool. Look at what happens if I turn the blinker on. Isn't that neat? These Kias really come a long way. So, document the journey. This is literally the second time I've quit, got in a rental car, and left. And then, I think they're probably just like, he's bad, he'll get over it, and then drive some more. And I'm like, I hate orientation. So, I'll probably end up dragging my fat self back down here. I thought I'd come back, Sunday. But while I was cleaning the truck out, I realized they didn't pay me about $300 bonus. They said they was going to give me $150 for each day I sat. I sat for 2 days. That's $300. And it said $50 on that stupid thing. I was like, are you serious right now? So, yeah. Anyway, bad deal, wound up saying motherfucker or whatever. And, got a load, and the stupid load is like, in a trailer, don't have the inspection done. Trailer been sitting there for a week, and they knew I'd be there at 8 o'clock this morning. And dude, I get there, I sit there till 11:30 before I get the load. So from 8 to 11 for no apparent reason. And they knew I was going to be there, so I'm like, well, why the hell did you decide what you wanted me to do next before I get there? And then why the hell would you come out there and write down the serial number of the tires and check this and pictures of that, blah, 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 but you don't open up the nose cone and see if it's got a registration and inspection paper, which is required by law. It's like the easiest part to check. These dudes will go out there, they'll crawl underneath it and adjust the brakes and everything else like that. But you won't open that deal up and see if that paper's in there. And I told him, I'm like, man, if you'll do that, well, they check every truck coming on the yard. Secure yard, international freight, the whole 9 yards. There's protocols to this. Okay, well, open the stupid nose cap of this thing and freaking look and see if the paper's in there. It's 2 pieces of paper. Like, it is the easy, like, you don't have to have gloves on. It is so easy. And then the guard that should be looking at it when they show up, he's the guy that prints out the registration, right? And then like the mechanic, it has to be the original inspection paper that's issued, it's like a federal thing. So the mechanic that looks at it has to be the mechanic that fills out the paper. You got to be certified to certify the trailer, duh. So you can't have jackass and slick out there saying, oh yeah, it's good. And then somebody else come out there and put a sticker on it. That's not the way it works. So I talked to like 5 people, and I'm like, dude, like, you guys could get in serious trouble. You know what I mean? You got to do it right. And like, they're like, oh, well, you got to talk to so-and-so. So I talked to so-and-so. They passed the buck 5 times. Finally, somebody's out there doing the work. And that guy, he's not the guy that does the sticker or fill out the paper. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, are you even close to serious? Like, he's like, I'm doing my job. And I'm like, no, dude, like this is not the way it works. Like, this is illegal. You know what I mean? He's like, stop yelling. I'm like, I'm not yelling, dude. I'm talking right. Anyway, so he takes offense. Now he's ready to fight, but I don't realize it because I don't speak slang. I speak freaking Oklahoma English. And I'll just tell you right straight how it is to the best of my ability and my opinion on how to fix it. Is it my job to do all that? No. Will everybody be better off if they listen and do it? Yeah. Have I been telling them for 3 years? Yeah. So, anyway, this dude acts like he's going to do something or whatever like that. And then I'm like, oh, shit, really? You know what I mean? So it's just like, this guy thinks we're going to have a fist fight, and he's fixed to get the coffee cup. And he just, it's, man. Anyway, so I threw away all my food and shit, gathered up my clothes, and I'm rigged for light running. I got all my shit in the truck, my tools, the whole 9 yards, bedroll, everything. And we're headed to the house. Right before I left, I'm like, hey, man, do I need to fill out something, for turning in these fuel cards and all this kind of stuff? And then, and then they're like, well, are you going to stay with us or whatever? After I talked to the HR lady, I just kept talking. You know what I mean? Her phone's blowing up. Like, by the time we come out of that office, everybody was gone. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept talking. And I kind of did it on purpose because it was my chance to talk to somebody else. So it's like the 5th department that I've explained. You're checking for everything else. I mean, you've done everything but ask me for the fingernail. You can check this stupid paper like it's 30 seconds. Like, open it up and look. There it is. Okay. Is the other one there? Yep. All right. That's good. Put it back together. Done. Almost as fast as me saying it. It literally takes 30 seconds. So then, if there's any problems, like, tell the mechanic. Like, there should be a direct from guard to mechanic pipeline. You know what I mean? Like, have a secondary. You know what I mean? That's the guy that can print out the registration. And if it's not there, print it out before you let the guy go park it. If the inspection's not there, write down on a separate piece of paper. You got a clipboard right there. Put a check mark next to the ones that need an inspection. At the end of your shift, when if it's night shift or whatever, then, make a list. Just write down the trailer numbers that have a check mark and walk over and hand it to the mechanic so he can triage the situation and do what he's got to do on the way in. Now, if he's doing that, look at this. Christmas lights. Isn't that neat? Well, my wife would like that. Look, they got balls over there. Maybe I ought to drive around this thing a couple times. Anyway, maybe I should not hit this truck. Look at that. Holy, holy, holy. City of Far, it says. Far out, man. What a trip. Anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on, Another episode of Skip freaks out and tries to get a raise. I did ask him for $1,000. I said, that car cost me $537. Most of it's deposit. It's really only $116. But, yeah. So after saying all this stuff and everything like that, look at that thing. It beeped. It told me that to get my tail in gear. How about that? Well, Kia come a long way. I ain't even drink no coffee or nothing. I just been like jerk style all afternoon. I freaking armor all the dash and everything. I took pictures of that whole truck. I cleaned the whole thing out. I took all my towels out. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Got my whole box of miles. This car's packed. I got to drive through that stupid border check thing up here. I think I'm gonna drive around it just to see what happens. I've been wanting to dodge that subbitch ever since I've been coming down here. I think today's the day. I got all this shit too. I was going. If they pull me over and drag all this shit, I know there ain't no contraband. I just want to see the look on their face. I'll stand out there. Fuck it. Let's do it. 2 hours of arguing with the cops about, I told you there ain't nothing in there. Maybe we'll document that. Let's see what happens when you dodge the border check. All right. I guess I'm going to get off here, save my battery for the border check. We'll see how it goes. And if I don't have a border check video, they did not bust me for driving around it. And that's just, another case in point of our lack of security. But, I mean, they don't have no right. I'm not in a commercial vehicle. They don't have no right to ask me what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, they made a provision where they could say, are you a U.S. citizen? I'm just going to be like, am I free to go? And see how it goes. I'm going to videotape them. I'm going to piss them off. I've been pissed off everybody all day long. Let's piss them all off, Skip. Oh, man. I really watched this deal. I even said it on here. I was like, treat everybody like they're Jesus. You know what I mean? I was raised by Bob DeGraff. Like, it comes natural to just chew everybody's ass and tell them what to do. You know what I mean? My wife the other day, we were talking, and she said, you think you're better than everybody? I said, no, I do not. You know what I mean? I see a situation, I see something that could help, and I'm like, hey, this will help. Have you tried this? And I just, I have advice Tourette syndrome. I really do. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, we were arguing at the time. She kind of got over it. Later, after she was calm and stuff and everything like that, like, I think it actually sank in a little bit. A little. Because she's from Texas, too. So I piss her off all the time, too. Like, man, I'm telling you, the Mexicans, and I'm not saying that racially. Like, I'm talking about people that are, of Mexican heritage. I piss them off. And I think the only reason why I got along with them before, when I was roofing, is because they were around me long enough to know he's saying matters factly what to do, but he's cool. You know what I mean? And like I had these Cubans working for me in Florida one time. Well, he's doing a roof and Darrell. Look at that car. That Chevy truck got Christmas lights on it. It's just scratching the paint all the hell. Don't ever do that. Don't put the Christmas lights on your car. Trust me. Them shits just wiggle a little bit. Even if you put them on with like blue tape or whatever, it looks cool. And then you drive around for about 2 weeks. You take them suckers off there, the paint is ruined. I mean, you got to buff the whole thing. If you're lucky, it'll buff out. Some of them scratches are too deep. Anyway, yeah. So we was down there, and they're real racist. Like they're Confederate flag white boys in Palm Beach, right? And then it's really like Blacktown in Fort Lauderdale, and then Miami's all Cubans and Spanish, right? And I'm not exaggerating at all. Like, I come from Oklahoma, and when I went to Florida, I was like, oh shit, this is what racism is. And because it really is a thing. And so I tried to get gas after work, and they wouldn't sell me gas. And then the other guy in the other truck went in there, and he started jabbering in Spanish and everything. And he said, go back in there. So I go back in there, and when I went back in there, the dude, he said, oh, you're giving them work? I said, yeah. He said, oh, when you come here, just get gas. Don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went out there and got gas and filled it up. I went in there to pay, and he said, your money's no good here. So they was free gas the whole time I was doing that job down in Darrell, because I had those Cuban guys working with me. I don't know what they said. I don't know if they're gang affiliated or what, but I know it's about $100 to put gas in that truck, and there was three trucks altogether. So about $600 of free gas every week. So that was cool. Let's see what this thing will do. Well, you got her on the floor, boys. Well, she'll do 100. She didn't get there very quick, but she'll do it. That's what I love about Texas. I'm running 80 mile an hour. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a 60, 80 and a 60, and you barely pass anybody. That's what I love about Florida. I mean, if you get pulled over for speeding in Texas, like, dude, how fast were you going? I mean, like, you got to be, like, really, just really, really swerving and looking drunk or something. You know what I mean? Because, like, Texas don't give a shit. And then, like, that road I just got on, that big road, directly behind it, there goes chicken lights again. Directly behind, that's a lowrider Chevy pickup. Anyway, right behind it, as I got up on that thing, there's like this giant overpass at the beginnings of one of them Mixmasters. And over in Laredo, they got a bona fide Mixmaster now. All that stuff's new. It's like a year old. It's crazy. See, they're still working on stuff. And see, they got 3 lanes wide. Dude, this thing will be 5 lanes in one direction when they're done. And they're coming off the border with a 4-lane. It's some kind of border express deal that goes up over all the farmland and stuff. And then, like, where the farmland got turned into residential, they, like, bought into the residential, and they're doing an overpass over the freaking houses. And, of course, everybody's, like, cool with it because it's 5,000 degrees. I mean, like, right now, dude, for real, it is, I don't see a temperature gauge. It's every bit of 81 degrees in this car right now. And, here it is. December 27th. And yeah, we're just documenting the journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude. I always said, man, like, could you imagine being from Mexico or something? And then you get to Texas, there's all this bright lights and big city. And then, like, you're like, cool, this is amazing. And then you get to, like, Austin, and you're like, oh, wow. And then you get to Dallas, you're like, awesome. Then you get, like, right over the line in Oklahoma, you see, like, the World Casino. And then nothing, like nothing. Then you get to Oklahoma City, it's like, oh, this is kind of dirty. You know what I mean? Hey, you get up Urban Tulsa, you just blink your eyes and you just went through that. Next thing you know, you're in Missouri. You know what I mean? And then you're all just farmland, just like all of it. You know what I mean? And then boom, you're in Chicago. And it's just like, why does it cost $3,000 a month just to eat and have a place to live? You know what I mean? And then, like, you go all summer thinking, well, maybe I can make it. Maybe I can make it or whatever. And then the winter comes. You know what I mean? So, like, November, it's 0. February, it's minus 40. And you're just like, how long does this last? You know what I mean? The coldest day in far Texas is like 30 degrees. And I mean, they'll wear like a parka. You know what I'm saying? And then they come from like freaking Colombia, like bona fide rainforest. Next thing you know, they come up here try to get a job, and then they see, look at this. 88, ain't catching nobody. Oh, Christmas lights out there just running. You see what I'm saying? It's just nuts. It's just nuts. It's like a racetrack. And there ain't no cops or nothing. You get a little bit of ways out of town, there is highway patrols and border patrols all over the place. I mean, all over the place. They got that zap or spike or whatever they call it. They just look right straight at your phone. You know what I mean? Your phone will ping on their shit, thinking it's a cell tower. And they'll just glance at your deal. And like, I've been up and down here so much shit, they know me. You know what I mean? So, dude, those dirigibles and stuff that they had, the balloons, the surveillance balloons, that's in between here and Laredo. So like over at that town, Zapata, Z-A-P-A-T-A, and Rio Grande City and all that. Dude, those balloons are still over there. Like, nobody's moving around that they don't know about. Guaranteed. And you don't see shit about it. I keep posting videos on here. I've had probably 9 videos took down showing them things. But they got that deal, they got one deal where they could use they could use the signal coming out of your router to tell who's where inside the house. So that's creepy as fuck. And then you got the that deal that pings your phone, and they can see your search history on all your shit and everything like that. And I mean, it's just instant. Like, they can just point it at you, zap the thing. I forget what they call it. It's a thing though. Made videos on that too. They took that down. I think I'm figuring out why they kept taking my videos down. Anyway, like, see this all here? This is all elevated highway. There ain't a hill one out here. The hills in Texas are overpasses until you get to the real hills. They're steep and they're big, and they call that hill country. You know, because the hills. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here. There's the truck stop exit. I need to stop over there and get some coffee. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna go get some coffee. Let's get some coffee, Skip. All right, let's get coffee. Oh man, people do that to me all day, driving like a nut. It's fun when you're in the car. It's like a go-kart. It feels like I'm going about 200. Like I'm dragging my ass on the ground. I feel like I drive up underneath one of them cars like on Fast and Furious, drive up under the trailer. Oh, I shouldn't go to, I think I'm going to go to Pilot and get the coffee. And then they got a brand new spot over here. They took down my Texas Taco Tour. But they got that 7-Eleven Laredo Taco Company over there at the Stripes. I need to go over there and document their freaking free, it's like a condiment bar, like for hot dogs or whatever, but it's like the size of a salad bar. And it's got pico de gallo and like 5 different kinds of this, that, and the other. Does not have guacamole though, but it's free. So you go there, you get 2 tacos. Sometimes in the summer they got special going on where you get 2 tacos and a drink. for like $5.11. It's nuts. And if you got your own cup, dude, they'll give you that coffee for free. And they got the milk and all the different jelly and everything like that for your coffee. I don't know why people drink all that shit. That's why everybody's fatter than hell. But that bread they cook, dude, that bread they cook to make these tacos, man, it is so good. And they cook it right there in front of you. So here's his car. There's my stuff. There's all my stuff. So look, it's got the little, oh shit, handle down here. But look at this dash. Isn't that neat? Look, it kind of says where I'm at and everything. That's real vivid. I don't know if this is picking it up. But see, that's a thing, and that's cool. It does stuff. So there's stuff that it does, and it's cool. And we'll shut her down. Oh, look, current trip. 16 miles. I'm getting 33 miles to the gallon at 88 miles an hour. Look, got a little tweaker. Little tweaker. Oh, man. I sound like a tweaker as much as I'm talking. Okay, it's a pretty decent looking car. I mean, it ain't bad. Let's see if we can get a look at it. Oh, it's the Elantra. That's Al Bundy's daughter talked about that. The new Elantra. Oh, it's limited. It's limited to how fast I can get it to going. It's a decent car. It's got some cool wheels. Kind of reminds you of some type of fish. It ain't that bad. Oh, it's got sunroof. Yeah. Colorado tags. At least it ain't, there's a real truck right there. That's what a man needs. And down here, dude, that thing ain't got a bit of rust on it, guaranteed. Guaranteed ain't got a drop of rust. None of these have rust. You get over by Andre Island, they got a little bit of rust. You gotta watch out for who's slick. That's a Ford fucking Ranger. All right, Rock Hill.